But here we are, guys, in Champion Select. Here we go, Champion Select. Rice Cakes at the first pick. What is he gonna pick? What is he gonna ban out, man? What do you think? Aurelia.
Honestly, yeah, I'm probably
Aurelia.
expecting an Aurelia ban. Probably an Aurelia ban, or maybe a Thresh ban. Thresh and Blitz. Thresh ban's probably going to be coming out in this game. Thresh is probably the best supports in game. See, there we go. Called it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And Rise, go back to Rune Prison, son. We do not want you here. Probation, boy.
So clearly, both teams doing a bit of research. I'm guessing on the other team.
Raw and his Rise. Raw and his Rise.
Raw and his Rise. So of course, the VGR boys are very well known in the New Zealand community. As you said, they are currently the #1 seeded team. So of course, everyone should know what they play and what they like to run. So a Jarvan ban followed by Volibear, pretty standard bans. Jarvan, one of the top 3 junglers in the game at the moment. He's in that big rotation. Volibear, he's not one of the most well-known junglers, but he's still in that circle. He's still one of those go-to, and that passive really allows him for the early pressure. And then Nasus as well. So really banning out the jungle this game. Volibear, Jarvan, Nasus. You could run Thresh in the jungle. You wouldn't do it, but you could run it.
You could do Thresh anywhere, to be honest. He's so versatile as a player, or as a champion. With that passive giving him extra armor, he just scales so well. But, if he had the money to build the armor, man, that guy becomes a wall you cannot take down. Just latches onto your AD carry, pulls himself, then, he brings his, bruiser with him. And he's just like, oh, hey guys, look, this is my ally, meet him.
Yeah, so, a bit of a Gandalf in the League of Legends world, shall not pass my box, so to speak. So, Hecarim banned out there as the last ban. So as I said, 4 jungle bans, Nasus, Jarvan, Volibear, and Heka win as I like to play. So we'll wait and see what Rice Cakes is going to pick up first. Lulu, probably, there we go. So look, Lulu, probably one of the best supports at the moment. Sona, Thresh, and Lulu, I do believe, are the top 3 currently in this game. A bit of a so Sona being hold over here. That would definitely be a good pick to Lulu. Pops it up as the poke lane. Caitlyn getting locked in. Caitlyn also one of the best ADCs in the game. So pretty much sticking to something solid at the moment, both teams. Amumu coming out, so that's a big pickup for the for Team Addie at the moment. If they can land that Amumu ult, it's going to be a lot of CC and a lot of lockdown on that on the VGR boys. Ezreal and Udyr. Udyr recently got that rework in.
Oh yeah, the new AoE from the Phoenix stance. And that's done wonders for Udyr. It gives him so much more AoE damage, gives him more team presence if he can, align it with enemy champions, and it helps his clearing. It just becomes so phenomenal to have Phoenix stance in the game right now. But I'm wondering, they might be able to do something for Tiger stance, and I'm hoping they will be. So hopefully we see. Oh, there we go. Udyr has locked in, and Blue hovering on it. Ezreal. We'll see what happens. And Blue, guys, if you guys don't know who Blue is because you haven't seen her play for VGR before, she is the new sub player for them. Egg, who is their regular support, is unavailable this weekend, so she will be locking in on that Ezreal. Chinese support, gonna pick on that Chinese Sona. And Aurelia is not gonna choose Aurelia. They didn't even ban Aurelia out. And it looks like he will be top lane, but he's just not sure what he wants right now. Hovering over a very diverse.
Yeah, well, they've got the opportunity to pick for either top or mid at the moment. So top probably going to be the better pick, but if they can pick something that's ambidextrous that can play top or mid, that would also help out. So just sort of throw in there so they can't be hard counted. Jace being picked up, so Jace very, very strong, top laner and mid laner. So he can sort of play both lanes very well. Can even 2v1 extraordinary well. So it's a good pick up there. And Katarina and Wukong. I haven't seen much of Wukong for a while. He sort of dropped off in the season 2. During season 2, he was there for the start of it and then sort of dropped off. And it seems like he's slowly making a reappearance in season 3.
People are starting to, they're realizing how much strength he has as an AoE damage champion and an assassin with, the ultimate, the target dash and the decoy. He's able to just dive the enemy carry, and he's got a lot of burst, has a lot of damage, and if you build that Ravenous Hydra on him, some people do, some people don't, and that Trinity Force that Frozen Gauntlet. All these new items are just doing wonders for all these sleeping champions that had so much potential, and they're coming back up now. So here we are, Wolf and Roar. You'll lock it on that Wukong and that Kassadin. We might see some Speke stuff tonight, and I will expect that.
One can only hope. Definitely loving the overlay though currently on the stream. Kudos to you guys for that. Does look amazing. Just sort of waiting on the last pick. So both team comps looking pretty strong at the moment. We're probably going to see a mid laner come out here, so they're going to want something that can sort of, survive against the assassination threat that Wukong and Kassadin put out, and they pick up Lee Sin. So, probably will see a Jace in the middle with a Lee Sin top. Lee Sin does counter Wukong whenever he decoys. He can land that the Tempest. Oh, sorry, crippling. No, it is Tempest. Yeah, Tempest and Crippling Strike, which will reveal Wukong when he goes into decoy. So that is a good thing, especially when he lands his Resonating Strike as well. So should see an interesting, laning phase here for both teams. So we should see Addie invade the Amumu jungle, as Addie is rather strong at the moment compared to the Amumu.
Yeah, the Amumu is going to have a lot of trouble. If NZ Stealth steals his wolves, I think they're going to surrender at 20. Just saying. But, when you're playing against NZ Stealth, you don't want to let him have that Udyr. He is so versatile with that Udyr. He is so strong with it that oh my, you do not want to have to deal with that bear. You don't have to deal with that bear stance. Bear stance into flash, into stun, and then into Phoenix, and then into Turtle. Oh my god. The damage is just too strong with him, man.
So, yeah, we will be getting underway very, very shortly. Just waiting for this match to start so I can jump in and spect it on you. So, Kassadin. So there we go. The summoners have been revealed. So Kassadin running flash teleport. Not going ignite. Not seeing. Not seeing ignite barrier even that you do. That a few Kassadins are favouring for now. But yeah, he's gone with teleport. So he's obviously going to be trying. Sort of to put pressure on early. Try and roam down and maybe get that teleport. To different lanes. So put pressure bot. Pick up kill there and then teleport top and try and do the same there or something similar along those lines. Every other summon is pretty much, straightforward. Ezreal taking Ignite instead of the well-favoured barrier in this case. Didn't even take Cleanse for the Amumu or Sonal. So, if he gets caught out, could be trouble for them.
Could be.
However, I'm sure he's going to position well. And
Arcane shift into safety.
Yep, pretty much. So, eat a win.
Eat a win, man. And so there we go. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So much to look forward to today. We're going to do a best of 3, guys. So they're going to be 3 games or 2 games. Hopefully we see 3. So we're expecting this to be the most exciting match for the top 8 today. And after that, we are going to have the bottom. We're going to stream a match for the bottom 4. The bottom 4 are going to be, it just really depends who does well and who doesn't do well. But the other teams involved today will include Unicorn Toothpick, or UT as they're commonly known as. But now, guys, just as an update, they are now going to be known as League of Legends NZ Split Second. So they are a League of Legends NZ sponsored team. They have a professional coach teaching them, and we are going to be doing it all well.
So definitely good news for the Oceanic community as well as, the New Zealand thing. So get behind these boys, guys. It's definitely going to be something, interesting and good to watch in the upcoming future for them. And so, yeah, should be a good game should be a good day for some LOL in, I do believe. So
some LOL?
For some LOL. So just waiting for this match to begin so I can jump on you. So what do you think of these matches? You got the Sona Caitlyn versus the Lulu Ezreal. Who do you think is going to take this matchup recently? We did recently encounter this lane problem for our games, but how do you think it's going to turn out in this one?
Well, let's look at it, man. Sona Caitlyn, there's a lot of poke. Lulu Ezreal, a lot of safety, and they can engage hard. They can reinitiate. They can save a losing fight with the wild growth, giving you extra HP, knocking up whoever's near you, and that's going to give Ezreal ample time to reposition accordingly. To the side if he wants to get a little bit more aggressive, or back and towards his tower if he wants to be safe. But just really depends on the strategies they're going to go for. This is kind of like Blue's trial as a support for their team. So she's under a lot of pressure right now. Hopefully she makes things happen. Supports, they're not just there to just pick up whatever rubbish the AD carry leaves on the floor. They're there to take care of them. They're there to make opportunities for them. Find opportunities. Not just follow up on a play that the AD carry wants to make. They have to make it. The AD carry follows up on them. That's what a support's supposed to do. So she has to really show that she's able to take the initiation, take the forefront of the fight, start it, find them out, and make opportunities happen for them. Chinese support, Sona. I'm just gonna call it Chinese Sona. Yeah, Chinese Sona. Sounds about right. Let's have my sound down, but.
Yeah, I do have to agree with you on that one. The Ezreal Kate lane can sort of go either way. Both are exceptional AD carries that can, suddenly turn a fight on its head with the burst or extreme poke. But this is definitely going to be a lane that comes down to who's the better support. So, it'll be between Blue and a Chinese Sona, as you like to say. So whichever of them sort of can outpoke and out harass their opposing team will probably be the team that starts.
Ooh, and there's a bit of pause, guys.
Pause just for Volve apparently, so having a few issues. But so the lane's definitely going to go in favour of whoever support, out trades the other one better.
Absolutely.
We'll set this up so.
And it's so hard. I've only got one screen on me, man. Like the computer that we tried to set up before wasn't working, so I'd hop on another computer, and I'm using one screen to do all this. It's just so hard. I've got to make window mode, and it's not the same, It's not the same. At home, I've got 3 screens, and it's just like so easy. But Lord.
Oh well, so we will go over the starting items at the moment. Caitlyn going for a Doran's compared to Ezreal's longsword double pots. We do see Sona branching down that utility tree, picking up the cookie and the explorer would have a Lulu, probably going more down the defensive tree because she doesn't have those. So good pick up there by the Lulu. Wukong and Lee both starting red pots, so going to be a bit of an interesting match. In Cassidy and both Jay starting flask. So pretty sort of standard, mirrored starts over the board at the moment for this team. And we will see an invade. So here we go. The purple team, Addie, is coming in here. They're going to look for stealing away Udia's blue. Definitely a good thing for, Amumu definitely needs blue. If they can steal this away, it's going to help them out a lot. Udia not as blue dependent, however, it still certainly does help, when it comes to switching between stances. So here we are. They are sitting on this buff. Volve, not even going to check, so he has no interest in what's going on over there.
Oh man, can you guys see this bot lane? Like, I don't know if you guys can see on the stream, but Rice Cakes and Blue are just having... I don't even know what they're doing.
just
having
spamming their emotions. So yeah, here we go. So Wukong, maybe a bit of miscommunication as 2 wards were placed down for the purple team. So yeah, Sona placed her Explorer ward and then placed a Sight ward as well on top of that. So not sure what happened there, but that's a bit unfortunate. Blue team, here we go. They're going to start the golems. Ezreal picking up doubles for himself, and then he's going to roam up and start help Udia with his red. Meanwhile, Amumu will take blue. He will smite it though, so his smite will be on the cooldown. Udia picking up that red buff relatively easy. Not even going to use smite. However, he doesn't know that his blue is gone, so he's going to run over there trying to get that smiteless blue, smiteless red in the quick blue for a gank top, only to find that his blue has been stolen away. So pretty good start here for Team Addie as they take away the enemy blue and seem to have a favourable start. There we go. Oh, and another pause coming out here for VGR.
Oh, them pauses, man. Why are these pauses so strong, Dean?
So yeah, I'm not too sure. Ian, you're the one there. Why don't you tell me?
So, I could if they told me why. God, so picky. Oh gosh, I can't satisfy you, Dean. I might not.
So, yeah. Just waiting for this pause to come out. Hopefully we won't see too many pauses today. So yeah, just looking.
Oh, I am a genius. I can look at the chat and I can window mode at the same. Oh, I'm so smart.
Oh, wow. So amazing.
I'm so smart. Why am I not a technician? Oh, that's right, because I don't know how to set up windows.
So, yeah, just waiting on the moment. So, waiting for
Seeming-
Rice Cake's apparently having a few issues with his mouse. So, hopefully, we'll be sorted, in no time at all. But at the moment, we're forced to sort of sit and wait. Oh, here we go. The ready call is coming out, so he must be all right. So here we go. We will be going back to live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, I've already counted.
Nah. Oh, there you go.
So there we go. So blue picking up the pink, picking up the pink one in bot. So Sona now left with one ward. So she's going to have a bit of a bad time with the lane coverage here. She did waste that ward up in the blue buff, and then blue counter pinking that ward. So Chinese support left with only one ward left. They're going to be able to, just sort of bully this lane out and deny them vision. And rotating around the lanes, Chinese Aurelia, he's going pretty big here on Volf.
Volf.
They are trading backwards and forwards.
Oh, actually, it's kind of even right now.
So yeah, Chinese Aurelia really did win that trade, and then I don't know, he sort of decided to stay on him. And
okay, no, Volf is on top now.
Yeah, there we go. So Volf,
the
winning
big
that
monkey
trade now.
The big monkey.
The big monkey, too strong. So here we go. Probably will see Jace bully Caston out here. So yeah, doing some good substantial damage and floating up top. Wow, a good play by Chinese Aurelia, and I'm not sure if you guys missed it on the stream, but yeah, a good play with Chinese Aurelia. Sort of safeguard in front of him, and then landed the QE combo. And then as Volf thought he was going to get away, a good flash there by Chinese Aurelia, dropping the ignite as well. So well played there in the top lane for them. He will pick up first blood for himself. So along with that CS lead, now 11 CS, he's going to go back with a full 1,000 gold. So we should see a good buy up here for Lee Sen. So this start to snowball that lane away into his favor.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of gold. That's going to be a really, really great advantage. He's going to need help top lane. Udyr coming back now. He's just finished his route. He's ready. But Chinese really stayed. He's dropped very low, but he won't be able to gank. He's finished his route. He's one level up on stealth. But once stealth finishes these wolves, he is going to be up in that top lane. He is going to be up in this mid lane, and he will be just trying to make plays, trying to make something happen for his team. And VGR do that, they do their thing. They try to gauge the enemy team to begin with. And let's look. Oh, look at this blue. Oh, slowing the minions. Oh.
Yeah. So just will ask if you actually are set to live at the moment, Ian, or if you are still behind. As I'm currently live, and it sounds like you might be just a touch behind, but yeah, we do see him finally go back for the first time. So he's going to pick up a Spirit Stone along with boots and a ward. So good guy jungle, picking up those wards for coverage. And at the moment, Volf currently being zoned out by Chinese Aurelia. Chinese Aurelia having double Dorans, and still 3 health pots compared to Volf with just boots of speed. There he is. He's being forced to chug his last health pot, so he's probably going to have to be forced to, CS under tower, and he's probably going to miss a few CS here just because of tower damage being OP.
Tower OP.
Tower OP. So yeah,
especially
very well
after
played.
that buff, man. After that buff.
Yeah, that damage buff really did help. So, you don't see as many tower dives early anymore, thankfully.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to see any tower divers, man.
Yeah, but here we go. So, NZ, Stel, and Chinese V5 are roaming up. So, Udyr and remember, they're going to meet.
Hello.
But a good ward placement there as they both sort of just, it's not worth it. We're just going to walk away.
Bye-bye.
So,
and they're going to go back, and he's going to be like, I'm going to take my wolves. So, I was wrong, guys. He is not going to be up in them lanes. He's just gonna be like, oh look, it's a moo shit. Let's back the fuck out.
Yeah, he does not want any of that, so he's gonna back out. Amu picking up double, so Udyr nearly level 5. Amu just did get it after doing his double, so Udyr probably should tick over here as he finishes off this race camp.
Oh, and he's
at least be very, very close.
Will he be able to get the bandage toss? This is the question. What is Archie gonna do? Is he gonna? I reckon to the skies, flash, smack him backwards, bandage, kill.
I don't think he's that stupid. Caston just hit 6. Caston did just hit 6 there, and so he does have Rift Walk up plus flash, so he should be relatively safe. There's no.
He's done that before, he has totally done that, but they lost opportune time, and now he knows that Caston in the 6, so all Archer can do, push the lane, keep him to his tower. Make sure he has more minions than him. But Volf, look at his tower's health, team. It is almost gone. If he stayed under that tower, oh my gosh. But Volf is able to push him backwards, hold his tower for another day, Aurelia though, look at him. He's just standing there, just laughing at him all day long. And Stealth is coming here now, and
Stealth knows that ward's in the brush, so he's gonna have to come up and around through the jungle. Amumu is there though, so Amumu could catch him out here at the moment. This is gonna be close. Amumu won't hit 6 anytime soon, so it's gonna be a level 5. Here we go. Look, they're gonna have a bit of a run in here, so he has managed to sneak past the ward, but at the same time. Did he see him there? I'm not sure if he actually noticed he ran past. So I'm pretty sure he would have had vision, but I'm not sure if he actually noticed he ran past. Here we go. Chinese Aurelia does get the tower. The ult comes down from Volv. He's trying to catch him out here. Chinese Aurelia just trying to avoid the Amumu stun. The Caston teleport is coming up. Here we go. The safeguard away. The Wukong teleport, but Volv will get the Rift Walk off, and he will pick up the assist there as Udia does get the last hit. So good play there by Chinese Aurelia, trading himself for the tower. Not exactly what they wanted, but they did have to blow a few summoners for it. So Caston having to blow teleport to get up there, and still well played though. So a tower for a kill, very much worth it in my eyes. However, now Wukong will be able to farm a bit more freely. So we should see Volv slowly starting to get himself back in this game.
Absolutely. This bot lane, however, let's look at it, guys. The poke comp with Sona and Caitlyn, just... it's having its advantages right now. Ezreal is able to use the Mystic Shot just to pick up the odd CS, just pick up that odd minion kill, just to keep himself in the game, keep that CS score on par. And let's look at the CS score, guys. 61 to 76. Monkey is just zoning him, man. He's zoning him so hard. You look at him, he's at his tower. Oh, there goes another pause.
So yeah,
what is happening, guys?
But on the bright side, Amumu and Udia finally hitting 6. So for Udia, not a big deal. But with the Amumu, he's finally going to be able to get those Curse of the Sad Mummies out, and hopefully we're going to see some wombo combos here. And waiting on.
He needs more time on his card apparently.
So we are currently waiting on this. So we will look over at the moment. Oh, here we go. It's going away. So yeah, as you were saying, the CS difference, Monkey, Chinese Monkey or Caitlyn currently, 15, 16 CS up on Ezreal. So it's not too big of a deal at the moment, but it is a bit of a deal at the moment. But late game won't be too much. So long as he can sort of keep himself in this and sort of not drift too far behind, he's going to pick up the majority of the CS at tower. Hopefully, so he should be forced to queue this minion, but no, he's just going to let it die. So, and Caston is roaming down now. They don't have any wards, so
they don't know he's there yet.
Arcane shifting there. He hasn't actually taken a point in Essence Flux at the moment, so he's gone 3 Mystic Shot and 2 an Arcane Shift. So we did see those changes out, but Vra is here and they don't know it. However, at the same time,
they're trying to bait it. Oh, there goes the Rift Walk. Wow. There goes the damage. Oh, and there goes the Mystic Shot picking up the kill on Aurelia.
So Caston nuking Sona very well there. So Sona doing amazing there, but at the same time, Amumu picking up the dragon with Lee Sin and Jace. So a very good.
Oh, Stealth! What the shit?
Stealth, I don't know what he's doing right there. He sort of gets caught out. However, Curse the same moment does come out. Here comes Volv down. Volv is going to.
Oh, the bait!
Caston is still here. The safeguard away to Chinese Monkey. However, Caitlyn's now in the fight. Ezreal forced him, nowhere near as he is on lower health. Caitlyn throws the ult out, but not enough as Lulu will block it. Riftwall back in. This could have been a bad idea by Roll.
Oh!
Volv going big. The Lulu ult coming out. Here we go. Roll going back in. They want this. Yep. Amumu will go down. Caitlyn barriering, not for really a smart choice, but she will have to be forced to barrier, and they will walk out. So a good trade there. And Udia.
Oh, there goes the bear stun.
Wow, amazing play there. Udo with the flash going down though. And now the exhaust comes out. The Sona Crescendo coming out now, so she starts up 3. NZ Stealth, will he get away? Yes, he will. I don't think Jace is going to get this. He will turn on Lulu though. It's a double. Can he get the triple? It's just, wow, there it is. Yes, Wukong going down to Sona, and NZ Stealth will survive with, just under 30 HP. So, well played there. A very, very good orchestrated dive. However, Jason, Sona, Sona coming back to life after that death and just flashing and getting that crescendo down across. Flashing and the crescendo down across them. So, very well played there in that, brief, 2-3 seconds of intense fighting. And mid tower, just everyone's sort of resetting now. So, well played there by VGR there, to pick up those kills. But yeah, then by Addie to sort of turn it on their head. So VGR maybe just got a bit too greedy. The dive for the Caitlyn, really wasn't worth it in my eyes. They probably could have just let him go and walked away, trading 2 for 2. They would have lost the dragon, but they would have lost the dragon, but they would have gone 3 for 3 I believe. So
But you know, VGR, they like these kind of plays. They like risky plays that just turn everything upside down. They normally don't get the chance to play on teams near their level in New Zealand because they're organized teams in New Zealand aren't that organized. Most of the teams that do play in tournaments, they're for fun. But in all honesty, everything seems to be scaling up in difficulty, scaling up in skill sets. There goes the arcane shift into Chinese support. Bear stance is here, but there goes the bandage toss. The wild growth goes out. NZ still picking up the kill with the Phoenix stance. There goes the true shot barrage right across the Chinese monkey, and it looks like they will be going for the tower dive. Nope, they are gonna back out. The turtle stance will protect them a little bit. Piltover Peacemaker not picking up anything right now, but they will be backing out of there. Great 1-for-none exchange.
Yeah,
Great
as you were
aggression.
saying that,
Great aggression.
China's Aurelia did come down from the top lane to sort of help Archer push down this mid tower. So the two of them sort of shoving here. However, here we go. Wukong is coming down. Caston gets absolutely bursted. He should drop to the ignite. And now Wukong sort of chasing Lee. He's going to safeguard away though, but can he get to it? So Wukong chasing with the decoy. There we go. Does pick him up with the kill with the Nimbus.
Oh!
Now Chinese Archer is full. They are trading backwards and forwards, and they're just going to walk away. So good 1-for-1 trade there. However, they did pick up the tower too. So definitely good playing here by the Team Chinese or Addies. So
Addie.
yeah, Addie. So they're playing really well at the moment. They're trading, what they need to for certain objectives, and you can see it in the gold. See it in the gold difference. It's 1.4k at the moment. So definitely slowly starting to snowball in their favor with the gold.
And
Israel rushing a Blade of the Ruined King apparently. So what do you think about that, Ian?
I think it's in response to Amumu. He thinks Amumu's gonna get pretty fat. He's just going straight up tank. You look at his build, he's got a Sight Stone, he's got a Kindle Gem, and he's got a Ruby Crystal, and a Giant Spot. Man, I need more V. Yeah, and he's just gonna go for that Blessing of the Elder Golem, along with the Ancient Golem. Butters. Fuck off, Butters. Anyway, so he's gonna get real fat, and he's just really, really worried that the enemy team are gonna get too tanky for him to keep up with. He knows he's behind. So by picking up this percentage health damage, I think he's trying to scale better into mid to late game. And once he has that finished, he's gonna probably pick up on that Sheen, probably pick up on the Bloodthirster. Maybe he'll go for a Frozen Gauntlet. Maybe he'll go for more damage. Yep. We'll just see what he has to decide. But Chinese Archer is doing really well for himself right now, 88 to 80 CS, but he hasn't died once. Roar has died twice. But on the flip side, Roar has 5 assists. However, Chinese Aurelia from that global gold they've been collecting, they've got 2 towers. VGR have none. He is about 7k ahead of him. So wow, yeah. Great aggression on bot lane by Rice Cakes to land some of that harassment down, getting Caitlyn's about half health, forcing him to get backwards.
I'm not too sure what's going on in the bot lane though. Maybe a bit of miscommunication as Caitlyn's just sort of pushing the lane. And I remember sitting here waiting to gank because he's got that pink ward in the brush. He knows it's not worded, so he can sit there. But he's not sure about the vision in front of him, and Caitlyn's just sort of staying aggressive, continuing to push. So I'm not too sure what they're trying to plan to do here. If they are going for a gank, I remember just sort of sneaking around. Wow, big aggression there by Ezreal. So and I remember it did just get spotted then by the creeps, so they know he's there.
And now Jace is here. They don't know Jace is here.
No, but Jace sneaking as well. So they do have that pink ward here. And here we go. They're going to show themselves. They do want the stars there. They're going to push it down. So this will be the 3rd tower going down. Oh, Chinese Monkey taking a bit of damage there by the tower. But it will go down. Lee Sin now rotating down as well. And pings are going down on Dragon. I do believe Dragon should just be up. Yes, it is. So Dragon, just respawning as well. As it did go down. Yeah, pretty much 5 minutes to go. So here we go. Chinese, Addie's really on top of it here as they pick it up really, really quickly. So Dragon getting dropped almost immediately there. So good buff timer. Good buff timer work there, and good mechanics by Team Addie's all around at the moment, further increasing their gold and kill total. So they are playing rather solidly at the start of this round.
Absolutely. VGR only about 2,000 gold behind, 3 kills ahead, but in that sense, they have a little bit of morale that they still can do this, that they can still team fight their way out of the sticky situation. But it's undoubtedly that both teams know Addie have the monopoly right now. They have more towers, they have more global objectives. They've had all 3 towers, VGR have none. They've had that dragon, they know they've got more gold. So Addie is very confident right now. And just to answer your question, Veraxel, the support is a girl named Blue. She is their substitute.
She is blue.
Yeah, she is blue, but the skin is red.
And she says it tastes like purple, so...
I don't know, maybe she's more colorblind than me. Maybe she... maybe she is, but you know, Rice Cake's up in the bot lane, just trying to CS his way back into the game. He's got 133, she's got 133, and he's doing better than her, but that lane is just zoning him. If the Chinese support got a little bit more aggressive than he's already has, I think they would definitely be in control, but Addie are just split pushing everything, forcing towers, forcing it down. But what are they going to do now? They're taking all the tier 1 towers down. They're just waiting for the next dragon? Are they? Or are they going to try and start a fight?
You see them probably group mid here, and they'll probably start to shove mid down and, you know, put further pressure on those objectives so that, you know, hopefully by the time next dragon does spawn, they do have, you know, second tier 2 tower down. We did just sort of miss it, so I'm not sure if we did catch it on camera. Lee Sin and Wukong, you know, trading really hard in that top lane as well. So both of them walking away with under 100 health. And it looks like Lee Sin's probably going to be finishing either his Bloodthirster or maybe something with his Giant Spell. I'm not sure he's going to be finishing at the moment. So, and the tower will be saved too. So, pretty solid play at the moment. You know, not much going to be happening at the moment. I think the game control is more or less inch. Wow, Chinese Archer going deep here. So, sort of chasing out that Cassie. You know, saying, no, this is my lane. You will leave this tower lane. And here we go. A fight probably will erupt here as they are rotating out the middle. They did walk over wards. They are all there. Raw just sort of hovering around, trying to bait something out. Oh, he will Rift walk away there. Does not want any of that, but he will take the shock blast to the face. So, well played there by Chinese Archer. Ezreal still pushing bot by himself. No, he's going to back, but here we go. As I said, they are going to push mid down here. They are looking for this tower, so they're going to try and focus it down here. Casson and Addie trying to push them off. You know, good wave clear here with the Phoenix and Force Pulse at the moment. So not too bad. Caston sort of rift walking again, doing a lot of damage to try his mind. Wow, Volk going deep. You know, flash ulting here. Chinese Monkey getting away. The Lulu ult just got up. Here comes the sad money. Rice Cake doesn't get the kill on Caitlyn with the ult. Thankfully. And lots of damage here. At least an ult coming out on Udyr. Udyr being forced back. Udyr will just survive on low health. And Caston picking up a double killer there. Ezreal picking up the third kill. Will Chinese support get away? No, he won't. He will be hunted down by Caston. Caston picking up a triple kill in that fight. So an amazing initiate there by Wolf. He sort of did go, you know, a bit too deep. Caitlyn sort of flashing and barring out, but then being caught by Rice Cakes in that in the True Shot barrage. So well and truly a good fight here by VGR. Just sort of seemed like the Addies were a bit too impatient, so to speak. You know, it looked like they were really trying to force down that tower, and they wanted it down then.
But they couldn't do it at the time. Aurelia was busy doing wolves. He was just like, "Oh, kill my team. Okay, I'll take wolves." You know, like you're not Udyr. You're not Udyr. I'm just saying, you're not Udyr. And that cost them the fight. Wukong got a really, really easy initiate, right from Nimbus Strike into the Cyclone. So easy. He knocked up 4 members of Addie, knocking them. Amumu got burst down pretty fast. Caitlyn and Sona forced to get out.
Yeah, so
Jace as well forced to get out. Has to use the hammer to save himself. But you know, now they're trying to push up this tower again. Looks like Wolf is just gonna go try to get big on this Aurelia. Aurelia is just, you know, I'm getting confused. Is that Aurelia or is that Lee Sin? I'm just so.
But yeah, as you were saying, you know, here we go. Lee Sin finally finishing his first item, so he's finally got that Sunfire Escape. So I was thinking that might have been what he was leaning towards, but I didn't want to say anything in advance. You know, items are coming out now for players, so Caitlyn still hasn't got a fully completed item. Ezreal picking up, you know, Blade of the Ruined King and a pickaxe, so we'll probably see him go our last Whisper next just for that bit of armor pen. Caston picking up his own blue. Ezreal stole away the enemy blue too, so after that good push, so really good map control and domination here. They're going to try and push this tower again. So they know that a few summons will burn. Wolf doesn't have his flash, so he won't be able to, you know, do a bit of a cheeky flash decoy, you know, Nimbus Strike into them for this time. So it should be rather interesting as to what, you know, how the teams decide to react this. Both summoners still up for Caston, both summoners still for Ezreal as well. And yeah, just sort of poking him away. So bit of solid play. Both Udia and Wukong have Warden's Mail, so very small pickup here. They do know it's a full attack damage team. The only AD they really have is either a Mumu or Sona, and you probably won't be seeing them doing too much AEP damage unless, of course, they build for it. But yeah, so Ross sitting over there. Oh, a good Void Walk over the edge there. Just trying to poke some damage down onto the Sona. And he's going to have to sort of sit back there. Void walking over again. His tier is now just over halfway stacked. So, and Dragon is up. So here we go. We will see the Dragon fight coming up now. And this very much could be the turning point in the game.
Will this be what they need? That is the question, right? Will they be able to do this? Should they do this? They've got 4 members of the team. Caitlyn is not with them. Will they be able to single her out? Oh, she's got a 90 caliber net over. The Sonic Wave will not hit anything, Shock Blast will not hit anything, but they are going to be pushed back. Blue team have more poke. They are going to start this Dragon. They are just going to get aggressive on it. They think they're not even there. They don't even have wards on this shit, man. Wolf is going to go decoy back. Oh, there goes the True Shot Barrage across the enemy team. Oh,
all 4 members. So very good initiate here at the moment. So they are getting this poke down. They're using their comp well. Rob, Void walking over the wall. And a Mumu letting a good bandage toss. Will he always curse the sad money? I think he's going to have to. Yeah, Raw going deep. You know, being pushed out. Ezreal going in here now. Chinese support being focused down very hard. The exhaust goes down on Chinese Monkey. The support, the exhaust goes down on Blue as well. So here we go. Udi and Caston picking up a move.
Oh!
Wow, good shot there by Ezreal. Picking up the kill on Sona. However, Ezreal will take out. Will survive, and Caitlyn's getting loose. So a trade of 5 for 1. So very well played there by VGR. The Caitlyn trap picking up the kill. And that will be a Dragon as well. So the gold differential that was 3 to 4k in, Addie's favour is now pulled back to 2 to 3k in VGR's favour. So very, very good, few team fights now. So the first team fight that sort of turned was that fight on that mid turret where Addie's did sort of get a bit too aggressive. They got a bit too antsy, and unfortunately, got flipped on their head. And then the Dragon as well. So they had vision, but I'm not too sure what they were thinking. Like, they had the vision. I think they thought maybe, we can just burst this out and then run, but they sort of started to burst it, and then you could see the team was sort of in 2 minds, and they just sort of got caught in between themselves. And, unfortunately, it led to them being aced yet again. So, I'm not too sure what they're going to do. I think they're going to have to try and wait until Caitlyn, she's finally got Infinity, so she finally has her first item. Ezreal probably got a lot of gold. Yeah, he's got nearly 3k gold, so when he goes back and finally buys, he's going to be pretty big, and he is going to rush an Infinity Edge as well. So he's not going last, we're just going to go straight up play the Rune King into Infinity Edge. So he's going to be a real right-click champion at the moment. Lily getting out those wards. So Blue really doing her job at the moment as support, peeling for that Ezreal, taking the focus for it. She took an exhaust that fight for him too. So, good supporting right there, standing on top of him. So the exhaust went down on him rather than on, rather than on Rice Cakes. And here we go. So the map, the tides of battle, so to speak, have changed into the favour of VGR now. So looks like they just probably have to play the farm game for a bit, try and sort of farm up. Hopefully Caitlyn will get that Zeal or Phantom Dancer even, try and get some attack speed up so that she can do some damage. But at the moment, she's sort of really far behind. Ezreal picking up his Infinity Edge now, so he's got to play the Rune King and Infinity Edge. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. I remember with a good bandage toss there. He's going in. The flash comes out for Volt. Wow, that money really, really late. Only catches Blue. The Crusader going out. Only catches NZ Stealth. There goes the ult. A lot of damage coming out, but that's not going to be enough.
True Shot Barrage going over the
He's going to get away. So Jace trying to chase up, but just not enough damage. Casson, solo pushing top. He doesn't care. So many ults expended there. Just the sad Mummy missing everyone but Lulu, and I only just caught her on the edge. And then the Crescendo missing everyone but Udi as well. So pretty bad synergization. My English is failing me. Pretty bad, synchronization right there by Team Addies. They just sort of couldn't get their act together. They weren't too sure what they were doing. So Chinese, the Mumu did land a very good bandage toss, and then just sort of, they weren't too sure what to do. So he sort of chased and followed up. And sort of last second, it was like, nah, we're not going. Okay, that's it, we're going. And he smashed his R button. And unfortunately, it was one of those things too late.
Absolutely. And VGR, that's their way of playing. Bait them, make them think that they've got it. Make them think that, oh shit, they want to 2v5 us. Yeah, let's go for it. Nope. We've got Rice Cakes, we've got Blue, we've got we got Stealth and the Monkey just behind you. You don't even know it yet. But VGR going on that Baron, they do see the ward. They are going to leave it there. They're like, just leave the ward there.
They can't actually see it.
Oh shit, it's actually at the corner of the division. They actually can't see the ward. But there we go. Chinese Relic is going to safeguard into the Baron. But Stealth is going to pick it up with the smite. Chinese Relic.
One.
Oh.
Will not get away.
Oh, and Wolf going to go big over the wall. Monkey V5 is going to go in a little bit too late. Can't save his teammates right now. He is dropping very low. Gets stunned. Gets picked up by Raw. Now they're going to chase onto support. Chinese Son are going to get burst. He's going to get the Monkey Stick. He is going to get stabbed underneath the tower. Nimbus Track going to pick him up. This tower will go down. Will they be able to get the stun onto Caitlyn? Bear stance going right in there. Roar going to dive as well. Oh, that burst from the Q is just doing so much damage around it. There goes the flash from the Chinese Monkey. And the Rift Walk picking up the ace. My god. VGR just so big right now. There is so much action. Will Addie be able to will be Addie able to recover from this setback, this upset, They've been so strong all this tournament, and now they're just crumbling underneath VGR's presence.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say it's an upset, so to speak. They are, VGR are the number one seeded team, so the favourites definitely were with them in this game. But yeah, just a bit unfortunate. They did have a really good start. They played well, but they just sort of conceded, a few too many silly deaths, so to speak. And unfortunately made some bad plays and engages. So yeah, VGR picking up the Baron and then picking up the ace plus the middle turret, two middle turrets and the inhibitor. So, but even with saying this, the goal difference is only 8k at the moment. So it's a big lead, but it's definitely not the worst lead or the hardest lead that we've seen teams come back from. So yeah, I'm not quite prepared to say that they're out of it, and I'm pretty sure they themselves don't feel that they're completely out of it at the moment. So they are going to continue to push this out, try and hopefully get back in. Just looking at the gold differences here, it's generally 2 to 3k gold different, or 2k gold difference on the carry. So Ezreal 2k gold difference up, Kasten 3k gold difference up, and then sort of Wukong, Udyr 3k gold difference up. Wukong and Lee sort of the same, it's only about 400 gold, and the support's only about 1,000 gold, so it's not too bad at the moment. Dragon should be coming up sometime in the near future, I do believe. 23:06 was the time I went down, so yes, will be coming up within the next 10 seconds. And I do believe VGR do have the timer on this. They are sort of sitting around here. And here you go. Here's what you see with the Castle teleport. He's going to be able to sit top and just push top by himself while the rest of his team forces them to commit bot.
Look at his rice cakes. He's just all by himself, in that lane, all by himself. Oh,
wow, Banish just coming out. Good Q there by Lee Sin. The best stun does come off, so Enzi Stealth, he does want this. The teleport is coming out. Crescendo only picking up one. Same with the immune because of the sad money. Volt goes in. The ult coming up. Mumu is getting dropped. Sona gets dropped immediately. So Volt chasing down Chinese Monkey. Jace is being forced to flash out. Udyr is still sitting on them. He's taking so much damage. Rush Cake's popping the Blade of the Ruined King there, slowing down Caitlyn. Enzi Stealth, will he get out? Yes, he will. He's just survived. And Chinese Archer will go down to Volt.
Look at him. Volt is like full health.
Here we go. Can you get him? Yeah, there we go.
Nimbus Strike, there we go.
Does catch him. Nimbus Strike catching him just a bit too OP. They'll probably push up mid here. They don't think they're going to waste much time. Yeah, they're just going to push mid here. They want those Nexus turrets. If they can get them now, that's definitely going to be a big stepping stone for them. Mumu and Sona, both popping, both missing their ults. And the GG well played. The surrenders will come out. So VGR picking up the first game of today, winning with 10k gold lead. GG well played, as they're just proving too strong in this game.
Absolutely, and that was just so one-sided. Addie, Shike really need to get it together. Just really coordinate, and it's not about. And I think what they don't understand is that it's not about using your abilities or landing your being able to combo. Or being able to prioritize in a fight. It's how you initiate a fight, how you take the fight, and how you reposition yourselves. If you look through the entire game, their positioning was pretty much they just stuck together. They stood next to each other. They kept in one lane, and when the team fight started, some of them were straggling, on the court, in the corners, in other parts of the jungle, not able to show that team presence, show that they have some sort of something to show, like I don't know, presence. That's all I can really say. They lacked presence, I suppose. Aurelia was doing wolves in that fight in the middle lane, and that's where it started to fall apart. V5 couldn't land a bandage into the Curse of the Set Mummy fast enough, and I think it all came down to the AOE damage coming out from Roar with the Rift Walk and the Cyclone ultimate from Wolf and Rice Cakes all together with the AOE damage and the stun coming up from NZ Stealth and the Udyr and the Wild Growth from Lulu. Everything just AOE control from VGR, and I think that's what they picked.
Yeah, they definitely did pick, a good team comp to counter, but I think it was more that the fact that they picked champions who weren't easy to lock down with AoE. Sona and Remy, both, really, really good AoE lockdown champions, but outside of that, they didn't really have anything. They had maybe a Lee Sin slow and a Jace knockback, but that was really it. Like they were really relying on that Sona Remember initiate and then sort of wombo coming in them with the burst, but just there wasn't enough damage sort of coming out for that to happen. And of course, they were missing all their ults as well. Sona and Remember, countless times missing their ults and they're catching, one or two people in them. So a bit unfortunate there. Ezreal always, coming into the fight late. He did have good positioning, sort of baited that last fight out. And NZ Stealth was more than happy to always take the memory bandages. He was like, yep, all right, come to me. You're going to get bear stanced, and now my team's going to jump on you, and you're going to lose the engage and be forced to blow your, blow your ult on me. So GG well played there. Will there be a second match? And I'm not sure as to how the brackets are working today for you guys.
Absolutely. Yes, this is a best of 3, so we are going to be seeing at least one more game coming up. Hopefully, Addie take it away in the next game. I want to see something happen. And after that, we will be going to a break, followed by the bottom 4 best of 3. And that will be all for today after that. So hopefully we see something very exciting today, Dean. I'm just, just fingers crossed the entire way.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to a good day of LOL, Mr. Ian Wind.
Mr. Dinosaurs.
So it should be a lot of fun. So just sort of sitting around waiting at the moment as we wait for this next game to get started.
Absolutely. And you know what? What did you think about that Lulu, man? It was her first game together with VGR, but I think she worked really well. They have a lot of synergy, and she's working really well with the team. I think they're quite